Excel has a feature when you enter formulas into it that allows it to treat certain variables as constants and certain variables, and allows some to remain variables at different times. We talked about dragging and filling. What this amounts to is that in some cases, when you drag down a single column, it may allow that column to the values to be fixed. When you drag it across, it may allow the variables to change simply by inserting a dollar sign in the middle into the cell. It tells it how to treat it, whether as a variable or as a constant. And I have a cell reference chart here at the beginning. You see a relative, mixed, and absolute. Now, absolute is simply it won't change in any if you drag it if it's dragged in any direction. That particular cell value remain the same. Okay, that's one way to handle a constant. The other way to handle a constant, there's going to be a constant all the time. It's just put the number in if it's going to be a constant all the time. But if you're in situations where it'll be a constant sometimes and allow the change in others, you're going to be using the mixed cell reference. Okay, and when there's no dollar signs, it'll change wherever you drag it. So, in this particular problem here, they give us an expression and they want to know the result. When we drag it down 2 cells, to the right 3 cells, up 1 cell, to the left 1 cell, take it into account the dollar signs, and that sometimes it'll remain fixed and sometimes it'll change. So the first one here says down 2 cells. Okay, so I see the dollar sign is in the middle. For the first one, the dollar sign is in the middle. Okay, so it says there, fixes when you drag it up and down. So that first one, this one will be fixed. This will be fixed here. And the second one has dollar signs on both, so that would be treated as a constant. And the last one there has one on the end. Fixes when you fill up and down. It changes when you fill up and down. And it's going down, so that's going to change. It says right there in the cell reference chart. So knowing all this information, you can rewrite that particular expression, knowing that when you drag it down, it's going to increase by 2. And you can rewrite the expression that way. That's how you approach A. And for B, it says go to the right 3 cells. To the right 3 cells. Okay. So you see in the first cell right there, we have a dollar sign in the middle. Okay. So it's going to the right 3 cells, so it's going to be allowed to change. The second one has dollar signs on both sides of it, so it'll be a constant, it'll be fixed. And the last one here, and it fixes it when you go left to right for the third cell, looking at the cell reference chart, telling us what it's going to do. So now that we know this information, you know that the first is going to increase by 3 to the right. So GHI, you rewrite the cell. The second one is fixed, constant. The last one's constant. So that's how you get that result there. Last one here says up 1 cell. So I write the expression, I look at the locations here. So it's going up 1 cell. First one has a dollar sign in the middle. So it's going up. So it'll be fixed. Okay. The second one is a constant, so that'll always be fixed. And the last one here, it changes when you go up and down. So that was going to change. In this case, it's going up one cell, so it's going to decrease by one number, and then you write the result. This last one here, the left one cell. So I'll write out my expression, and let's see my dollar signs here. Dollar sign in the middle. It changes when you go left to right. So that one's going to change. The middle one's a constant. And the last one here is on the end. You go to the left to right. When you go left to right, it's fixed. So with that information, we can rewrite it. F goes down to E. Okay, E6. And that's how you approach that particular problem there.